Like 3 people are okay. Everyone else is like, yeah, there we go. And somebody's fantastic. We love you. Well, it's going to get even better. I know it's a rainy, soggy Saturday, so there's no better place to be than in the warm gourmet demonstration kitchen here today. My name's Holly Furfer, and I'm excited because I'm a transplanted Southerner. I came from the North, so I am learning about all things Southern that are wonderful and beautiful, and I'm loving it. And we have Lauri Jo today to show us Southern style, Southern comfort, and Southern charm. Good morning, Lauri. I am great, thank you. And I know that a lot of us, we entertain, especially women. We're always in the kitchen coming up with cool stuff. So today, tell us what you're going to be helping us do.
Well, what I'm going to do is teach you some very simple things to do with our products. Our product line is pepper jellies, pickles, and salsa. And we developed our line we're going on our 5th year now. And a lot of people think you just bring pepper jelly out at Christmas, but there's so many other things that you can do with it. And we just want people to learn to use it, keep it in their cabinet as a staple, and to let it be user-friendly. So that's what we're going to do today.
And I know that we have the Super Bowls coming up, and everybody, either prepares and has a Super Bowl party and does a spread or brings a dish. So a lot of this, you said, will be helpful for us who like to create food in the kitchen instead of create memories in front of the TV.
That's right. I couldn't even tell you who the teams are down to, but my mama can.
Just say Seattle, you'll look smart.
Okay.
And so, but the other thing too is what you and I chatted about briefly is quickly creating food. Like for instance, I'm in a book club, and I know that it's usually on a Thursday, so I'm at work all day. I come home. A lot of my neighbors also are in it. Have kids. They feed the kids. They get themselves settled. Then they have to bring a dish to book club, and they're supposed to be enjoying it, relaxing. So talk about the speed and efficacy, if you would, about these kind of foods.
Right. Well, that's one thing about our products. All the ingredients are like in, one thing. Like if I fix chili or vegetable soup, I do it with our salsa, use that as a base because that has everything in it. Even use it in our spaghetti. The pepper jellies, when we do meatballs, you're going to have that here. You're going to have chicken wings, and it's just a dump, 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 and bam, you're done. So, it's just real quick and simple things. When I was talking with the producer today, she was like, you're doing 6 items in an hour, but they're that simple.
That's great. So you could do 6 items there in an hour. You could prep for your entire Super Bowl party or your book club or whatever
you're doing.
Or just, to be honest with you, so how many of us on the weekends, you're tired, you want to recoup, you don't feel like cooking, you just want a snack. Boom, 5 minutes, you got something. Awesome. Well, I'm going to come out to the audience, and Lauri Jo said she would answer questions during this. If you have any questions, if you're a retailer too, we'll talk about sampling in your stores and everything. So I'm going to turn the kitchen over to you, Lauri Jo.
All right. The first thing I'm going to do is our pimento cheese, and I've just grated sharp cheddar cheese. If you don't like the sharp, you can do a cheese of your choice. But I've done sharp cheddar cheese today, and I'm going to find where all my stuff is, scatter about up here, because I'm going to be using a lot of the same ingredients and the same things. So to my shredded cheese, I'm going to add some, and I loved when Philadelphia came out with the whipped cream cheese. That's been the best thing that hit the market. So let me grab a spoon, and I've got about 16 ounces of the whipped cream cheese, and to that I will add a little bit of mayonnaise. Cream cheese, makes everything better. You can use, thank you, I'm going to have it sushi up here. We should have had all the wrappers open, but we didn't. That's okay. Yeah, I think it's down in that part. Okay, that'll work. A little bit of mayonnaise. And I am not a chef that measures. So if you're trying to take down measurements, I'm so sorry. I tell the girls at work that you just do it till it looks right. Feels good when you start. I'm really not a chef. I'm just a good old South Georgia cook. Now you can do this different ways. I have added green onion to this before. I've added bacon. I've added our candied jalapenos to it. You know, you can really dress it up however you would like to do it.
And not only, you know, Lauri Jo, now being a transplanted Southerner, it's not just an appetizer or a dip. My husband eats pimento cheese sandwiches. That's a staple. He grew up down here. So this could be lunch.
It can be lunch. My son loves to take it. He likes it with candied jalapenos in it. And he likes to do it grilled. And that's kind of a form that we're going to have it today. And y'all are going to think this is really funny, but I think that I left the banana in the back room. So we are just going to have to wing that. Oh, look at there. My main man has just come back through with the banana. He saves the day. This is Mike. He is my much better half. He reads my mind all the time. He grows our produce that we use. We do actually grow the produce that we use to make our products. And I would not be anywhere without him, though he does not like to be anywhere around the camera. He's going to have to be a little bit around the camera today. If you'll drain those pimentos for me. Thank you. That's as close as he'll get.
So you said the cheese, can you use different kinds of cheeses in pimento cheese?
You can. You certainly can.
What would you recommend?
A lot of times we'll put like the smoked Gouda in it is really good. You can add you know, mozzarella to it. Just really whatever kind. I've done it with the provolone. Whatever kind you like to do.
What is that you're adding right there?
This is the candied jalapenos.
Wow. What else would you do with those candied jalapenos?
Well, they're really good just over cream cheese or brie. I love to put them in baked potatoes. We make like twice baked potatoes. They're really good that way. Some people put them over meat. They're just really good.
And for retailers, how would you maybe recommend sampling those?
Sampling these in your store, you kind of almost need to have some cheese with them, unless, now, a lot of people like hot stuff. So some people come in looking for that hot thing. They're not just like scorch your mouth hot because they are candied, so they've got that sugar in them, but they, you know, they're warm. So either have something to drink or have a little bit of cream cheese or something to break that that flavor up.
Does anybody have any questions for Lauri Jo? If you do, just flag me down.
Here's a question.
Oh, right. Here we go. A question already.
What did you just put in there?
The pimento. But I thought I forgot. I did forget, but he saved the day. And I'm going to ask you if you'll come down here and if you'll cut the spread for me.
So that's easy. It's
Basically,
basically, like you said, dump and stir.
Dump and stir. And, you know, if you want it, I've done this in a bread bowl. Pull out the bread and put it in a bread bowl, and you can bake the whole thing. Today I'm going to do it on the sourdough bread, and we're going to stick it in the oven and bake it. So it'll be kind of like little mini cheese toast, almost, pimento cheese toast.
And if you were having a party, I guess you could just make it as a dip, make it easy for yourself,
Right.
and put it in a bowl and let everyone else serve themselves.
Yeah, you could just serve it with crackers if you wanted to. So it's very, very simple. So while he cuts the bread and we get ready for that.
See, Deke, we got one down. We'll keep it
That's right, we got
out
one
of
down.
six.
Well, I could be sticking that on there while he's slicing it. Cut my finger, please. We've worked together we're fixing to celebrate our 25th anniversary. And, yeah, that's this year. And we hadn't killed each other yet, so. And see, I could get him on camera, and I could do all the talking because he would open his mouth. I could say anything. He might kill me afterwards. Yay, he does! So excited.
The talent, the strong side of the type.
Oh,
like, you know, we can have
Oh,
does
yes,
he help
he totally
cook?
runs our kitchen. Because it's a bunch of women, and they tell me I get way too bossy. And he can handle them really well. So his mother, she does all the cooking in our production facility. Or not all of it, but she oversees the production facility, and he's kind of their boss, and I'm over sales and marketing. You can't tell I like to run my mouth, can you? No, that's a shock to y'all. But
Lauri Jo, will you tell us how you got started doing this?
I will. I was a school teacher. I was a stay-at-home mom for 15 years, and then I was a school teacher. I taught English, 7th grade, middle school English, and then I got my dream job of teaching high school severe and profound special ed. We had a special needs child. She lived 3 months, and so our heart was just very dear to those children, and I always wanted to teach special ed. And so I finally got that job in September of 2009. Well, that summer of 2009 was when I had been doing this as a hobby at our local high school canning plant the whole time we were married. And so it just kind of had people, Mike has a trucking company as well, and a lot of his customers were asking for products we would give it to them as Christmas gifts. And a lot of their wives had gift shops, and they were wanting extra product to sell in their store. And I said, well, I can't give it to you. It's not legal. You know? I mean, I can give it to you, but you can't sell it. So they were like, no, we're going to get it. We're going to sell it. That's, you know, that's just the way it works. And so it's like, well, you can't do that. So anyway, one of my best friends, she said, why don't you look into going into the business? And I said, I don't know how to do that, and I don't have time for that either. But anyway, we did, and that summer I had to have surgery and was home, and everything on television was about entrepreneurship. And so, anyway, we just, I called America Smart. I guess it was probably that July when we were first looking into getting our labels. And I talked with the girls because they had the upcoming September show. And they told me, yes, this is where you'll birth your company. We need to come here. And sure enough, so we came with only 4 products. Didn't have a clue what we were doing. I was telling somebody yesterday, we came up here, wrote our orders on one of my first customers. Several of them are sitting here today. We wrote orders on like a memo pad from Walmart. We didn't even have order forms. I mean, we knew nothing what we were in for. And our green tomato pickles won best of that show that year. And it just took off then, and we sold, I think at that show, we sold in like 17 states. And we went back home, and we were having to put up products till like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was teaching school, and I turned 40 that year. And I was getting too old for that. And we had everybody, we used to have lots of friends. We don't have any anymore because we got them to help us. We lost them real quick. So anyway, that's just kind of how it birthed. And I told Mike that following, the 1st of November, I said, I'm fixing to quit my job and do this full time. And he said, you lost your mind. You're not either, because he was self-employed too. And I said, no, I am. And I said, I love this. And he said, that doesn't matter. It doesn't pay the bills. And he said, plus we've got to have insurance. And so anyway, I didn't listen to him. I hadn't listened to him too much any of the time we've been married. I really do. We have a great relationship. But anyway, I quit my job that following November, and have not looked back. I quit on the leap of faith, and God has brought us to where we are now, and it's just been amazing, the journey. And this past July, we were downstairs. We've always shown temporaries, and Christy and Michael with Olive Heart came down, and I didn't have a clue who they were, and they said we would like to talk to you about bringing you up to permanent sharing. And I didn't really know what that was about. And anyway, here we are, and we weren't home 2 days, and got a phone call that they had booked us to cook here. So that was so exciting. I've been looking so forward to this day since July.
You got called up to the majors. Well done. Congratulations.
Well, you stick this in the oven. We got both on.
All right, so we got one done, and it's 12 minutes after.
All right, so you're doing okay our time. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is one of my kids' favorite things, and this is just chicken. You can use canned chicken. I have actually taken chicken breast and already chopped it, but you can do canned chicken meat and just chop it up with a fork. You know, you don't want to do it in the food processor. So that is already done. And then you just stir in. Christina, we can mix a bowl out of that cabinet right there. It's okay, I can do a small mix. Real small mix. I don't like this all. Not used to all this fancy equipment. Oh! Alright. I have to pay for it. I'm so sorry.
Nothing caught on fire. We're okay.
Sling things out in the audience.
Does anybody have any questions for Lauri Jo? How many? You said you started with just a few products. How many products do you have now in your line?
We have 28 products.
Wow.
We did have 36, but we had a full jam and jelly line, a regular jam and jelly line, and that just didn't move that well, so we cut that back to just the Mayhaw jelly. A lot of people are not familiar with Mayhaw, but the ones that are, that's a really big seller for people that do have that, have customers that know about Mayhaw jelly. Mayhaw is a berry that's a member of the apple family. It only grows in North Florida, South Georgia, Alabama, skips Mississippi for some reason, and Louisiana. I had somebody call me from Texas this week that received a gift box during Christmas from their grandson, and she said, I don't know what this Mayhaw jelly is, but we have tried it, and it is delicious. She said, I looked it up in the dictionary, and I couldn't find Mayhaw. I said, what? Couldn't believe it wasn't in the dictionary. But I hadn't had time to check a South Georgia dictionary, y'all. I'm sure all dictionaries are the same. But anyway, she just raved about it. She said in Texas that they have a plum that is very similar to the Mayhaw. But people that grew up on Mayhaw jelly, they love it.
Do you have any recommendations for making Mayhaw jelly? I'm from Louisiana and I do fig preserves all summer long. But I've never done Mayhaw jelly.
Any recommendations on making Mayhaw jelly?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't give you my recipe.
Have you ever made fig preserves?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever made fig preserves?
I have not made fig preserves. We are going to add a few new things to our line. Fig preserves is one of them. Fig preserves and pear preserves. We have a ton of people ask for those two things. We're adding a chow chow and we're adding a new pepper jelly, and that is honey horseradish bacon. Bacon is a craze right now. Everybody loves bacon. Thank you for the water, whatever you call that. Thank you.
Okay, now, giving you your time warning, we have 40 minutes left.
All right, I'm hurrying. On to the chicken. All right, so I'm just starting off, and I'm going to mix this because they got some extra samples, so I'm going to do this small. Just with the ground chicken, and to the ground chicken, I'm going to add a little bit of my shredded cheddar cheese. Now, if I were doing this in a larger bowl, I would do more. For those of you writing it down, I do two 16-ounce cans of chicken, but I think it's a pound, so that would be, of the canned white meat chicken. the shredded cheddar cheese, 8-ounce sour cream, and 8-ounce cream cheese. And then I use our salsa, jar salsa.
Tell us what's in your salsa without giving away the recipe. What kind of spices, seasonings?
Our salsa is it's a traditional salsa. It's made of jalapenos, garlic, tomatoes, and spices. So it's a tradition.
And she had mentioned coming up to the majors, a la carte, their showroom is just behind the gourmet demonstration kitchen, so just behind those glass walls. You'll see it with all this beautiful china, dishware, and glassware. That's where a la carte is, so all of Lauri Jo's stuff is there, and you should check out their gorgeous showroom.
I got some fun cookware stuff too in there that I'm going to use in just a minute. Did I say that right? Woo! Yes. All right, let me grab some salsa to add to this. And this you can also serve just as a dip, or today I'm going to be putting it in the phyllo cups. It's really good like that because it's a quick and easy little pickup. But it is another one that's men's favorite. Our kids love this. My daughter is just graduated from college. She just this past week started her first day in ICU as a nurse. She's right over here. We're proud of her. But she fixes this all the time, or did, back when she was going to different events in school. But
I would imagine you could put the pickled jalapeno, or the pickled jalapenos, the sweet jalapenos in that as well.
You could. You probably could. I haven't tried that. Oh. And so many things that we try, or recipes that we get from customers. I love to read on Facebook when they send us recipes, or they tell us about different things.
Do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's just laurijos.com. Facebook and Twitter.
And so people can share or get recipe ideas from their website as well?
That's right. Okay. I forgot to put the sour cream in here.
Any questions for Lauri Jo so far? I think everyone's hungry. Everyone's staring at
All right. We're going to taste in just a second. We're going to taste along as we go. Y'all go ahead and stick those in. We're going to taste those two things as soon as they're done. We can give a hand for our help back here. This is my sister and Christina, who works with us. My sister doesn't, she teaches school. Christina works with us back at home.
It's a family affair, we love it.
Family affair.
Tell us about some of the other products you have while you're stirring.
We have a really good pickle line. We've got pickled okra. That's a really good seller. We have dilly beans. A lot of people like the dilly beans and the pickled okra for Bloody Marys, martinis, that kind of thing. So if you have wine or spirits that you carry in your store, those do really well there. The pepper jellies do really good at wineries as well. Don't buy this, we have a southern dill pickle that won the Best of the Atlanta Gourmet Show last year. And it's really good. We call it a dill pickle, and it is a little bit dill, but it's has garlic in it, so it's a little bit sweet. A sweet dill pickle, too. So I'm not going to fill all the rest of these.
I know, it's going to tell you have a 30-minute mark now, so we've got 2 and 30 minutes. We're testing it.
But you see how quick and simple that was.
Yes.
So that was just sour cream, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, chicken, and the sauce. Okay? So that's all you do to that, and that's in the bottom. Phyllo cups. Oh, it's there.
And those phyllo cups is a great way to, if you're a retailer, to sort of demo the product as well.
Right. And y'all might not have had anybody make as big a mess up here as I have.
Trust me, we have.
I might get fired and never ask them back. is the cheese that I'm using today is from Sweetgrass Dairy, which is in Thomasville. But you can get their cheeses. A lot of specialty shops. Whole Foods carries it because I bought it here at Whole Foods last night. But this is just their Green Hill cheese. It is kind of like a brie. It's a goat cheese. But it's really good. It's very smooth. And to that, I'm just going to pour over that a little bit of prepared horseradish. Just right on top of that cheese. And just spread that out a little bit. I've already got the crackers around, so this one will be right ready to sample. On top of that, I'm going to use one of my all-time favorite pepper jellies, and this is the blueberry. And you can see, as I spoon that out, you can see the fresh blueberries just about in every spoonful that you dip out. And do not get any more simple than that. It's a very beautiful dish and very, very quick and easy. Anybody can do this. Anybody.
You could you substitute other cheeses if you wanted.
You certainly can do any cheese, yes. I just picked one that I like to do.
Perfect.
So,
well done. Now we got 3 done in 30 minutes.
We got 3 done. 3 done. All right, now I'm going to move to the meatballs because they are really, got those ready. So I've just got to show you the preparation for those. And this is really simple too. All you do for those, I think we're just going to wait and have a spread at the end. Always, Southern cook always has to keep her pan handy. I spray pan on everything. Not just a Southern cook, any cook. Just pour your meatballs in, and you can be real creative and make your own meatballs if you want to, because you can do venison, turkey, and you can buy most all those kind of meatballs anywhere too. But to the meatballs, I'm going to pour 1 jar of our salsa. I can get it over. You just pour that over it. Now you can do this in a slow cooker. You can do it in a crock pot, any kind of, or you can do it in the oven. Today we're showing it, doing it in the oven. My go-to to cook with pepper jelly, that's my favorite, is the pineapple. So I put the pineapple pepper jelly in here. This recipe I've cooked it since I very first started. It has won numerous awards, and it is it's everybody's favorite.
And this would be a good way, I guess, for retailers to demo it as well. If you had a big crock pot, you could sort of keep them warm.
Right.
And have them try.
All right, and one of our favorite places to eat when we come to Atlanta is at Fox Brothers. I don't know if you've eaten there. They actually demoed back in July. They're great guys. I'm using their barbecue sauce. You can use any kind. We happen to sell it at our store. You can use any kind of barbecue sauce you like, but I'm using the Fox Brothers. So we've got 1 jar of sauce. So let's have a test. What all did I put in the meatballs? So you can tell me. Jar of salsa, pineapple pepper jelly, and a bottle of barbecue sauce. And then you would cover those up and stick them in the oven. That's another one.
That's it.
That's it.
How long would you put it in the oven for? What temperature?
If you do them in the oven, you really only have to cook them about 30 minutes. And take them out like at 15 minutes and stir them just to make sure that jelly's all melted. And the last thing, not the last thing, next to the last, I think we'll get them all in. I'm going to do...
You're doing well now. We're on the roll.
Okay, speeding up.
No, you're fine. You can slow down now. Now we'll be done too early.
All right, okay.
Does anybody have any questions so far?
Speed up, slow down. Anybody have any questions?
I want to go back to that blueberry with blueberry horseradish. Can you give us some ideas of what you might do to sample a sweet? So a lot of people, could you use that as a dessert?
Yes, I just did that.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, I'm not a real sweet I just don't cook a lot of sweets. My sister does, my niece cooks sweets all the time. I just didn't get that gene in my family. It didn't run in. But we were gone during Thanksgiving to the mountains. Our whole family was gone. And my sister-in-law fixes, she does all the time, I guess they're called these gooey butter bars. They're mouth-watering, they're delicious. She did those, and we did the blueberry pepper jelly on top of them. Oh my gosh, it was so good. The pepper jellies, all of them are really good over ice cream too.
So in a store with sampling, would you give us some suggestions? Because, you know, the cheese may work, but not everyone likes horseradish. So could you give us some of the suggestions of sampling for retailers?
Yes, if you carry cheese straws in your store, a lot of gift shops carry cheese straws. The pepper jellies are really good with the cheese straws. We've even taken the cheese straw mixture and made it into like a little cookie. This is something Michael did, one of the guys in the showroom, and did like a thumbprint cookie and put the pepper jelly in the center of that. That was a quick and simple thing, because you can fix those and freeze them.
And that's good for entertaining as well.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay, now I have just shrimp in the skillet. Haven't done one thing.
Sorry. I'm like, hey, listen, we got a great suggestion here.
All right.
A simple way to sample the pepper jelly is just to open the small, tiny jars and just have a small spoon. You don't even have to do the cheese, the cream cheese, but they can just sample the jelly.
Right. And that's how we do it at our store. I don't know if we have any of the minis. Oh, you got minis in your seat. Yeah. You got the minis in your seat. And we sample it that way too. And those are great for you that have retail stores. Those are wonderful for brides. We do a ton of those because we can private label them for like their monogram, or we've done jam packed with love, or spread the love, different things that these brides can come up with all kinds of things.
And I would imagine even companies too, you can put, if you can do that, you can put logos on companies,
Right.
like holiday gifts or thank you gifts or...
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, what are you doing here now?
Okay, now I just have, I have two, so I've got 4 pounds of shrimp in here, and my co-worker over there is going to probably tell me I should put 2 bags in one pan. Hi, that's more of my friends walking up. But
What did you put in there first? Did you put anything?
I didn't put anything. I didn't even put ham in here, because you're going to have some of the water's going to cook out of the shrimp. So this is just strictly the shrimp in here, and to this I'm going to add 2 jars of pineapple pepper jelly. Now my father-in-law swears this is the best thing that I fix, and he's a big man that likes to eat. So it is very, very simple. You can do this as an appetizer. You can serve it with a salad and bread, and you've got a full meal. We have done it over rice, better rice. So there's just, you know, however you like to do your shrimp. That's what pretty tasty.
Does anybody have any questions for Lauri Jo so far, or comments? Oh, here we go.
She just gave me a great idea. I could literally eat that cheese, like something like that. And I'm thinking if you took like chicken breast and cut it up, you know, like you would make a casserole out of that, put extra different peppers and things, vegetables in it, and make a casserole kind of out of it. Or, yeah, and then if you wanted to put it on a slice of bread, you could.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, plop it on a salad.
Yeah.
With a bunch of chicken and butter.
Somebody's getting ready for lunch. Those are great suggestions, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also good, I guess, for retailers when customers come in to give them suggestions of what they might do with it to make meals out of it too, not just
Right. We
parties.
have a cookbook too in the showroom. We've got, it's not a really big cookbook, but it does have suggestions of simple things like this to do with our products. We're working on a new.
How long, obviously shelf stable, how long, you know, if someone says, okay, well, I bought something, this gourmet product, we know some some things you get in the grocery store you can sit for, like Twinkies for years. How long can they keep these?
Our products are 2 years. They really last longer than that. They have 2 years shelf life.
Oh, great.
We've got our very first products that we did that we had on the shelf, on our shelf for 5 years. And they still look very safe. Now, when you open the pepper jelly, you put it in the refrigerator, sure, if it's there for a little while, it's going to get crystallized on the top. That's just that little bit of sugar. Some people I've had to call, and they're like, oh my gosh, I got glass in my jar. And I'm like, put that glass under the water and see if it melts. And the glass melts, and then they're okay. So scrape that glass off and keep down further. So, anyway, they have 2 year shelf life. We do not use preservatives, but the products that we make, you really don't have to.
Now, are you cooking that over like a medium or low heat?
Yes, I've got this over medium. When I first turned it on, I had it over high, and I'm going to leave it over medium, and I'm going to steal another jar of pepper jelly from right here, because I'm going to move down to the deviled eggs while this simmers. Because I want y'all to have deviled eggs. They're really good, and I'm going to get to use a fun toy to make them. If you haven't checked out a lot or any of the foods, don't worry about how I say that, kitchen gadgets in our showroom, we really need to do that because they are neat. There's some neat line products in here too.
Now, what did you just put in there again?
I just put another jar because this is 2 bags. You're cooking just the 1 bag of the frozen shrimp, and these are peeled, deveined, but they do have the tail on. Okay?
And now, talk about some of your other products, like your pickled okra, what you would do with that.
One neat thing to do with the pickled okra is to take a piece of sandwich ham, or you can use the turkey, and put cream cheese on it. I use cream cheese with everything. And place your a piece of pickled okra there and roll it up, and then you can slice it like a pinwheel, or you can serve the whole thing and just do a toothpick. So that's quick and easy. All right, I'm going to let these shrimp just continue. I think I'm going to do what Michael told me to do in the beginning, and I'm going to split these pans up. Did anybody not get the chicken dip in the phyllo cup? Several up there. That's what we needed to know. We want everybody to have some. Mike, I'm going to get you to help me again. I'm going to bring it back on this camera to save the twice. If you'll pour that, make that mess instead of me. Y'all hear that? It's words on camera. You shouldn't put that much in there to start with.
These are easy too. A lot of people down here, people may not know if they're not from the South, really big in college football and, we tailgate and all that kind of stuff. So this would be easy, I would imagine, to make some of this stuff or even put it together at a tailgate party.
Right. Yes. We are really big in college football here, so hats off to FSU and the FSU fans out there. We became FSU fans at the end because we had a guy who played from our hometown who actually graduated with Michael that was playing for them. So we were proud of him. But I'm going to grab my deviled eggs and that mixture now so that I get to use my fun little toy that I borrowed.
Deviled eggs very big in the South.
Oh, yes. You can't hardly have anything without having deviled eggs. All right, so I have all the eggs, and let me tell you a little trick to peeling deviled eggs. Nobody did this that came in the prep kitchen while I was back there. And I had a friend helping me, and I said, I need you to run down and get a spoon. And he comes and he gets a spoon, he gets a soup spoon. And I said, well, I didn't think to tell you I needed a teaspoon. But anyway, I had one, and he tried to make his soup spoon work, and it's okay. But you use a small teaspoon. But when you're peeling a deviled egg, my husband's grandmother taught us this trick. Just go ahead and crack it and get you a little opening. Stick that spoon in there, that opening, and just run it around, and that peeling will come right off. So if you didn't learn anything else from this thing, don't forget that trick. Because most people hate to peel deviled eggs. But it works, it's great. And it doesn't work too well with a soup spoon, does it? No. Alright, so I've already cut the eggs in half. And we've got our yellow mixture here. That's the only thing I've done so far.
What's the yellow mixture? So that's just yolk?
That's just the yolk.
Okay.
And she's going to drain those. If you see right over here, you'll see the little sheet here that tells you their line sheet. But this is, I was watching him yesterday, he has little devices that slice potatoes or cucumbers, all kind of things. And I love my little chopper, but my little chopper is electric. This is the easiest little thing, and it is not electric. You can carry it with you anywhere you go. It you just turn it, and it just chops onions or anything. And once you're done with it, the neatest little part is, like if you wanted to make homemade salsa, fresh salsa, you can put the lid on it, and you've got the storage container, and stick it in your refrigerator. So this is, it is great. I'm going home with one of these. Was that a good sales pitch? All right, I'll pass that.
And I love it that she says, anywhere you go. She goes, anywhere you go. So when you're out on the road and you need that chopper for that last minute chopping.
Hey, I had great cheese in my hotel room last night. I bought eggs in my hotel room. The chef on the road. We have a great life, don't we?
Fantastic, I love it.
You know,
Every girl should have
in
it.
our hotel room. It's not the normal life, I tell you. But that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to stick these green tomatoes down in here. And we didn't practice this, but I know it's going to work.
Green tomatoes.
Green tomatoes. And our green tomatoes are sliced. Green tomato pickles.
Green
They're
tomato
sliced.
pickles.
They're not a lot of people quarter on them. Ours are sliced. And you just turn this little handle. See how easy that is? Just love this little. And for our deviled eggs, though, I'm going to use a whole jar because that's what makes the deviled eggs. We do. My grandmother used to keep green tomato pickles in her house all the time. That was my favorite part of going to her house. She had green tomato pickles or baked sweet potatoes and baked sweet potatoes. Any given time when you went to her house. They were there. And the blade is way down in there, so you don't have to worry about chopping your finger.
Any questions for Lauri Jo so far?
Am I okay on time?
Yeah, you're good. You've got about 20 minutes left, so we're
Yeah, you got frontwards and backwards. Did you have questions?
Oh, here, hang on. I'll bring you the microphone. Hold on a second.
Is there anything else that you're using to shrink, or is it
Once
just
you put it in that microwave, they're done.
How would you serve it? Could you serve it over rice or as
You
an
can serve it
appetizer?
over rice. You can serve it with, like, you can do it with just salad and bread. Today we're just going to do it with pickles. And you really want to have your shrimp thawed well and drained because they still have so much juice that cooks out. But the longer that they simmer in here, the better they are to me.
And can you tell us again, give us an idea of how some of the other products in your line? We've talked about the pickled okra and
Dilly beans, the dilly beans are good. You can cut them up in a salad.
what are dilly beans?
Dilly beans are pickled green beans.
Oh,
Green beans. All right, so those are, turning those up just a minute. All right, so our green tomato pickles are all chopped up. Thanks to our little toy. That was so much easier. And this is all dishwasher safe. And if you ever made one of those veggie pizzas on the crescent rolls, that's just so much better if you do it with the vegetables chopped really fine. And that's what just sold me on my little machine.
Here's a question for you, Lauri Jo.
Okay.
If you overcook shrimp or kept shrimp cooking for a long time, does it not get done?
They really don't. Because I'm just kind of simmering on low, just so that pineapple pepper jelly just kind of seeps in. I'll let you be the judge of that. You might tell me they're too tough. Maybe not. All right, so to our deviled egg mixture, I've just got the yolk. I've got a jar of green tomato pickles. I'm going to put a few little squirts of mustard.
You use yellow mustard?
Just yellow mustard. And a little bit of mayonnaise.
Okay, mayonnaise, southern lady.
Southern mayonnaise, yeah.
That's a big thing down here. Everyone doesn't understand Dukes, but if you don't use Dukes and you're from the South, they'll make you move.
That's right. Yes.
I've learned that lesson the hard way from my mother-in-law.
Are you not from the South?
I'm from Chicago, so I'm as Yankee as they come. But I am but I'm a convert to I'm a convert to Dukes. I understand it. There's something different about it. Is anybody from the South that doesn't use Dukes? That doesn't use Dukes? And they didn't make you move?
I'm gonna have to raise my hand too.
How did you, really? What kind of mayonnaise do you use?
Please, Miracle Whip.
Well, that's sort of sweet like Dukes, but wow. I'm coming to hang out with you. Who else is not in Witsack tonight? Really? You don't have to go into witness protection? What mayonnaise do you use? Let me tell you, we could have a revolution here. The Civil War may not be done in the demonstration kitchen. Are you a Southerner? Do you use Kraft? Well, I'm taking you all to my mother-in-law's house next time I go for dinner so that I can use something other than Dukes. I just learned something. Nicely done. So what are you doing now, Lauri Jo?
Okay, I'm finishing up the deviled egg mixture.
Remind us what's in there again.
It is just your egg yolk, mayonnaise, green tomato pickles, and a little bit of mustard. And now, if I were cooking this at my house, I would add salt and pepper to it. But, we might have some people that don't need salt. I'm one of those, but, I still add a little salt and pepper. But, I'm not going to add any here, but I am going to add, I'm not, I don't see that one. I like to put a little bit of celery in here, and I did have some celery seed, but that's kind of one of those optional things too. Mike really doesn't like that, so it won't happen today. But you can add, deviled eggs is kind of like other stuff. You can kind of add that however you like.
I would imagine if you like spicy or hot, maybe a little bit of the jalapeno.
And I have people do the jalapenos in here too, the deviled eggs too. Okay? So, we're just going to spoon these right in. And, you can use the pretty little fillers if you have those to make it really pretty. And a lot of times you can't do that if you use the cute pickles in there. And I'd rather them taste good than be all about being too pretty.
Now, I also imagine you can probably slice up some of your tomatoes or jalapenos and put them on top too to garnish. Bacon.
I'm going to garnish mine with a little bit of paprika.
Very nice. Any questions for Lauri Jo? And as far as sampling for retailers, as far as them being able to share recipes and things like that, do you have any suggestions, Lauri Jo, for the retailers when they use your products, how to sort of engage with the customers?
I do. It's great if they will get our cookbook. We do have a cookbook that we sell. And then we are going, because we've got so many new recipes, and we're working on, I want to work on a new cookbook this year, but we are twice a month, we're going to be posting new recipes to our website. And our website and our Facebook page. Our Facebook page, we're very active on that. So they can go there to get recipes as well.
I just have to tell you, has anybody tried the shrimp yet? Did you try the shrimp yet? Okay, wait, I just tried one. It's actually tender, it's not tough. I was very, very impressed, Lauri Jo.
I was going to be really upset, they were real tough.
Any other questions for Lauri Jo right now? And just to remind everybody, just behind the glass, here behind the demonstration kitchen on the other side of the hallway is a la carte. And that's where Lauri Jo is, all her products, the great chopping machine, and amazing, beautiful china and servingware, dishware. Because, you know, I'm sure you would agree, Lauri Jo, presentation is a lot of it. You know, you throw it on an old plate, it doesn't taste as good, I'm convinced.
Most definitely. They've got some beautiful pieces there. And one other thing that I did not say, I told you that you were going to be getting the chicken. I did the chicken the very same way that I did the meatballs. It was the salsa, the pineapple pepper jelly, and the barbecue sauce. So you tasted the chicken, but I didn't prepare it up here, but it was the very same way.
Very nice. Any other questions for Lauri Jo? I think everyone's eyeing those deviled eggs now.
I'm hurt.
And also, tell us your website if you would.
Our website is laurijos.com.
Great.
Real simple.
Yeah, right. Spell it for us.
It's LAURIJOS.
Great. And will you be back at a la carte for people who have questions or want to talk to you more?
I might be up here cleaning up for a little while. But yes, I will certainly be around for any questions or anything anybody would like to talk to me about. And once again, another container opened. Hard a lot here today. What did y'all get to taste the green hill cheese with the horseradish? Y'all hadn't tasted that yet? Go get some.
And are you also doing samplings at a la carte too, so if people want to taste other stuff in the line to get it to carry?
And you're welcome to come back up because we've got second cookings of all this going on. Stuff that we've been cooking as well. Here are
Yes. That was paprika you just put on there, yes. Paprika that you just put on.
Pardon?
The deviled egg paprika?
That was paprika.
Fantastic. Was it smoked paprika we want to know?
Let's see. It's just paprika.
And this is great, and honestly, it's 10 till. So you did this all in 50 minutes. So you did 6 dishes in 50 minutes. That was well done. I'm no longer intimidated by my book club coming over after work.
All right.
That is great. Any last questions for Lauri Jo or for anybody at a la carte? Awesome. So thank you so much. We appreciate it very much. Lauri Jo Bennett. And we will, again, a la carte just behind here. So not only do they have all our products there and she'll be there to answer questions, but they have beautiful servingware, china, dishware, gadgets. I just walk around there like a little museum. I like to look and see what they have. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.